Ensure you have all your client's assets at the start of your post-production project. This would include brand guidelines, fonts, and logos. Just after the shoot, the rushes from the cameras will need to be transcoded to the appropriate codecs ready for editing. Our post-production workflow schedules are designed to allow for several stages of feedback along the development of a film. This will make certain that by the final stages of grade, audio mixing and composting of VFX, if required, the film has evolved to its greatest potential and the client has been able to provide their feedback along the post-production journey. Here is a typical post-production schedule. As you can see, a film will go through several stages of the feedback before it reaches its final version with extra components added along the way. In this example, our voiceover script is ready and we can schedule in a guide voiceover recording for your editor to start working with. Typically, a guide VO is recorded by one of our team. It may be just a guide VO, but make sure it is recorded with the right tone and emotion, as it will really help the feel of the edit. From here we can start editing our version 0. We call it version 0 as at this stage it will only be reviewed internally with the creative agency. On completion of version 0, the creative agency will review and give feedback where needed before we move on to version 1, ready for the client's first view of the film. Your team can set internal milestone for review that works appropriately with your production. This example allows for 3 days of editing between versions. The project will continue with feedback and edit changes through to version 3. This version is typically picture-locked, ready for the graphics, main voiceover and grade to be applied to the film. If your project has any VFX or CG work, this would now be prepared to the correct format and added to the film. The film is then graded and conformed with any CG elements. The graded film is then sent for a voiceover session with an approved VO artist. A sound mix will be done with music, sound effects and the voiceover. We now have our version ready for review with CreativeX, an IA tool used to score your creative work. The final film is now ready to be sent to the client for their final review.